My name is Herb Levine. Members of council, charter officers, members of the press, and citizens of Venice. It seems that the city's plans for West Orlando are being put on hold. And because of the overwhelming pressure from the citizens of Venice. I use the word seems because when dealing with the money machine, that old adage about money talks actually means that money sometimes talks in languages that the average citizen doesn't quite understand. In actuality, they're not supposed to understand. There, the money machine's thoughts probably go along the lines of the less they, meaning us, understand and the less they, meaning us, know, the better it is for us and our friends. I'm not even going to mention who their friends are. I'll leave it up to everyone in the room to figure out exactly who their friends are. I can and will say this. Starting with Envision Venice, when the powers that be ignored the overwhelming opinion of Venice's citizens concerning growth, but did not ignore some other people that came to those meetings and asked for a marina. And when I asked those people afterward who they were and where they came from, they didn't even live in Venice. They worked in Venice. But we didn't ignore them. But the idea then fizzled out, but it didn't quite die. It only seemed to die. Envision Venice meetings were started out with speeches from people affiliated with the city. And every one of you up there knows about those speeches. And those speeches were on why growth is good. And the majority of the attendees, even though they listened, voted against growth, and council still didn't get it. A survey done by one of the universities about a year or so ago showed that the #1 concern across the state is growth, and our council still didn't get it. This last fiasco, along with a whole string of airport fiascos, was an abomination from the start. What was needed at the airport was the correction of some problems and not having another Disneyland to pay for past mistakes. Fumes, bad odors, and noise problems could be and should be corrected. There's no need to make the airport and runways fit for larger planes. One recent city memo I read takes credit for getting the FAA to restore the runway grants. And guess who caused the FAA to stop those grants in the first place? The city, by giving a sweetheart lease on the golf course of the BGA. Well, not really a sweetheart lease, more like a dear, darling, beloved sweetheart lease. And exactly who gave them that lease? The then city manager. You bet, but with the support of a majority of council. At that time, several of us suggested that the city take over the lease and make very, very large profits each year. I received blank stares, which led me to believe that council didn't understand the word profit. I'm suggesting right now that council put an end to the airport charade. Call it off. A large majority of our citizens don't want any part of it. That's a majority, a large majority. If you persist, the only answer will be to redefine the problem as to who exactly are the problem. And the citizens of Venice will then solve the problems in their own way. There's two factors here. The factor that I belong to, that for most of these people who love this city, and the other factor are the people that want to make a profit out of it. who would you believe? No, I mean, who would they believe? Thank you.
Thank you.